Hello everyone and welcome. We are here at Disney's Hollywood Studios and we are counting down the top 5 attractions that you cannot miss at this park. So come along with us, we're going to hit each one of them one at a time and we're going to be counting down to number 1. Are you ready for this? Let's go!
Number 5.
Let's start it off with our number 5 attraction on the list, and that's Slinky Dog Dash right there behind us. Look at it going by. Boom! That is such a cool roller coaster. I love it. It's such a fun ride. Did you hear him? He's like, whoa! So Slinky Dog actually makes sounds. He like talks during the ride. It's so cool. This is the newest. Look, he's still talking. So this is the newest Toy Story launch coaster in the park. So it is a launch coaster. The cool thing about it, it actually has 2 launches. One in the beginning and one like halfway through when you think the roller coaster is almost over. Boom! It shoots you back off like a cannon.
Yeah, I always forget that happens.
It actually,
like, oh, yeah.
And it actually like stops and like reverses and rolls back and then shoots you. It's so cool. I love it. It actually opened in 2018. And the ride line is pretty cool too. It has like Wheezy the Penguin, the animatronic in there, and he's singing. At the end of the ride, he shows up again. He's singing, "You've got a friend in me." So he's singing the song, and it's so cool. This is a hugely popular ride, I have to say. Lots of people love it. Look, there it goes again. Everyone from all ages can ride this ride. They love it. It's a great one. Another one of the great things about this ride, which is actually true of the entire Toy Story area, is they make all the toys gigantic. So they make you feel like you're a toy, like you're in the toy world, because they've made everything so big. And you're walking, there he goes! Then you're walking around and you're seeing like oversized lunch boxes and toys and little blocks and everything. I just love it. It's so cool. Adds to the theme. And
I must say, if you are going to ride it, and if you think you're only going to ride it once throughout the day, ride it at night. I rode it at night for the first time, like last week or so, and I liked it. I like it in general, but it is so much better at night. It's beautiful. It's all lit up. I promise you, it is worth waiting to ride at night.
it's kind of like Big Thunder Mountain for me. Like, I love Big Thunder Mountain, but at nighttime, it's just even better.
Yeah, it really
So
is.
it is such a great ride. Deserves to be number 5 on our list. To kick it off, the Slinky Dog Dash.
Number 4.
Here we are, right in front of our number 4 must-see, must-do attraction, the Tower of Terror. The Tower of Terror, it's based on the Twilight Zone TV series back in the day.
I used to watch that.
It used to be an awesome show. This tower actually opened in 1994. I mean, has it really been around that long? But it is a drop tower, so if you're familiar with how drop towers work, it's very similar. Some of the interesting things about this particular drop tower, it's 199 feet tall. They stopped it at 199 feet because at 200 feet, they would have had to put a light on top of it, and they didn't want to ruin the facade of the tower, so they actually stopped it at 199 feet so they didn't have to worry about that. Kind of neat, huh? The other thing about this is the drop tower actually pulls you down. It doesn't just drop, so it's actually pulling you down faster than the speed of gravity. So unlike other drop towers, it's gonna feel like you're even dropping even faster, and I promise you, you are gonna come out of your seat. So this is a great attraction, number 4 on our list, Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror is one of my favorite rides. I just think it is such a cool ride. It's so amazing. I love the theming of it. It feels like you're actually going into an old Hollywood hotel that's haunted, that's abandoned. You go in, the theming of it is really cool. There's sort of like the entryway, then you go down into this boiler area. It's so cool. And then you get on the experience. And my favorite thing about the fact that it's a drop tower is it's not just a drop tower. Like, it has like an experience where you go up and the car comes off the track and like you're floating through all this like cool stuff, and then all of a sudden you drop, and then it's randomized, so you never know.
Yeah,
the experience is always different. So I absolutely love this ride. Definitely deserves to come in number 4 on our top attractions list.
Number 3.
All right, we made it to number 3 on our list, and that's right behind us. It's gonna be Rockin' Roller Coaster with Aerosmith.
My favorite roller coaster of all time.
Such an awesome ride here at Hollywood Studios. I love it. It's featuring Aerosmith. It actually has like Steven Tyler in it, the whole band. You get the whole experience. It's totally cool. Did you know actually that each train car in this roller coaster has 120 speakers in each car, 5 per seat. So you're getting a whole surround sound experience while you're actually on the roller coaster. There's tweeters and bass speakers and everything. It's so cool. And then it is also a dark roller coaster. So the whole thing is fully enclosed, all dark, all the time. And it's a launch coaster. So it's not to go up a hill and go down, it actually launches you off, and I absolutely love it. And there's different songs every single time we go in. I get a different song. I have my favorite song, so when I get that, I'm just even more jazzed than I normally would be. But I love every song in there. I love the beginning where they make you actually feel like you're kind of watching the Aerosmith band, and then they're getting ready to go to a show. And you need a limousine, and you got to get to a really fast car, and it's out in the alley, and then you go out, and then you're in the alley, and you see the cars taking off. It's just such a cool experience. I love it.
Awesome.
And then you arrive at the end of the red carpet, and you're actually at the concert. Like, it's such a cool theme, such a cool ride. I love it. It's amazing. It does have some ups and downs. It turns upside down. So unfortunately, the shots that we've got of Rock and Roller Coaster, the building behind us, it is under construction right now. They're doing a refurb on the guitar outside, so you don't get the full experience from the videos that we're putting on. But it is open the whole time. It is under refurb, so it's worth seeing. So Rock and Roller Coaster was opened in 2002, so it's been here a little while too. But again, one of my favorite rides. It's a must-do. Gotta see it. Definitely number 3 on our list.
Number 2.
Been a lot of great attractions so far, but number 2 on our list is Rise of the Resistance. It's right behind me. It's actually this entire area. It's not just this one section right here. Like, there's the TIE Fighter over there, all this stuff over to my left. I'll get some video of it.
Awesome.
This whole entire area is part of Rise of the Resistance, and when you ride the ride, you'll understand. How's it going? One of my favorite things about Rise of the Resistance is how unassuming the entrance to the ride actually is. You almost just miss it. There's this little turret back there, but I really think it's cool, and my belief is they designed it this way on purpose, because when you ride the ride, you realize that you're part of the Resistance, and this is like sort of this like secret Resistance base that you are evacuating on. So it's like, it's meant to, like if you look at Smuggler's Run, it's this huge, giant, towering structure and this huge Millennium Falcon out front. You go to Rise of Resistance, which by the way cost $1 billion. That's billion with a B to make. $1 billion, and they made 2 of them. One in California and one here, $1 billion each. Crazy amount of money for that ride, but I just love how unassuming it is. When you look at the end, you're like, is this it? Like, it just kind of looks lame. But then when you ride it, when you go through the queue and you see it all makes sense. And I just think it's such a cool theme. So $1 billion to make. It is massive. The ride itself is huge. The line, the queue, the entire experience is awesome. It was built in 2019. It opened. There was a crazy virtual queue just to ride this thing. Like, insane. You had to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and prepare to try to get the queue for this ride, and I feel like 90% of the people didn't get the queue, didn't get to ride it. So
Wasn't it like a third of people in the park?
It's crazy.
Got it.
Literally.
2/3 didn't.
You had to click on that button at 7 o'clock, and within 3 seconds of that going live, they were all gone. So it's crazy popular. It's definitely deserving of being number 2 on our list. It's such an awesome ride. I think it's one of the coolest, most immersive rides in any park anywhere. That from the time you step foot into this area, into the queue, all the way through the ride, getting off of the ride, the whole thing is an experience from start to finish.
All the cast members are in character.
Everybody's in character. I think it's going to give you a taste of what the Star Wars hotel is going to be like when you stay there.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it is just such a cool ride. Comes in at number 2, just barely missing that number 1 spot, but it is number 2 on our list of must-do attractions at Hollywood Studios.
Honorable mention.
It has been an amazing ride, but before we give you our number 1 must-do attraction here at Hollywood Studios, we have an honorable mention, and it's right behind us, Smuggler's Run. Smuggler's Run is an amazing ride in its own right. I have to say, growing up with Star Wars, it has always been a dream of mine to actually get to be in the Millennium Falcon. To sit in it, to feel it, to touch it. I had the toys, but that's just not the same. And they've actually built an entire actual real Millennium Falcon, and then you can actually go in and pilot it and be the gunner and be the engineer.
I actually am not a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, I like it, but when I walked into Smuggler's Run for the first time, Max and Steve walked in front of me, but I was like the nerd in the back, and I walked in, I had tears in my eyes. I was overwhelmed by how awesome it was and how heavily themed it was. It was so cool.
The ride queue takes you through sort of like some manufacturing areas and building areas, almost like you're at like an actual like spaceport. It's really cool, but then you actually go in the Millennium Falcon. You get to see the hollow chess on the inside. That's really, from the original Star Wars movie where they're playing the hollow chess. It's just such a cool experience. And then you get in and you get to pilot it. There's pilot, gunner, engineer, different
I'm an
roles.
awesome gunner, I must say.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's really cool how they actually made the Millennium Falcon ride, just like in the movie. Because in the movie he says it takes 2 people to fly the Millennium Falcon. So in the Millennium Falcon ride, it takes 2 people to pilot the Millennium Falcon. So they made it so realistic. I love it. It's just a cool ride. It opened in 2019 here at Hollywood Studios. So it had to make our list, but it is an honorable mention. Didn't quite make it into the top 5, but it is a fantastic ride.
Definitely a must-do.
But it is also a hard ride. It is hard to score well on this ride, so it takes a lot of run-throughs. Good luck, but it's a great ride. So come experience it. It's amazing.
Number 1.
We made it to number 1, and I think it was worth the wait. We have an absolute powerhouse of a ride, and it is brand new. Just opened in 2020, and it's right behind us, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
My favorite.
Absolutely an amazing experience if you've never done it. It's actually the first real true Mickey and Minnie roller coaster in any of the Disney parks. How has it gone so long before we actually had a Mickey and Minnie roller coaster just dedicated to them? So I am so excited. I think it's great that they put it in the Chinese theater. Even though I love the Great Movie Ride, this ride absolutely will knock your socks off. It is based on the award-winning Mickey cartoon series. So you'll see a lot of that theming, a lot of that artistic style actually in the ride. It is a train ride. So you get on it, it's a train, and the train splits apart into multiple pieces, and each one of the train pieces goes in a different direction, and actually there are different storylines within this ride.
They're hard to catch.
They are hard to see, I have to say, because I've looked quite a bit, but there are different storylines that are, if you pay attention in different spaces, also you get a different storyline depending on which car you're actually in. So sometimes you start in the front, and by the end of the ride, you're actually the back car. But it is an amazing ride and absolutely deserves to be number 1 on our list of top C must-do attractions here at Hollywood Studios. So there you have it. That is our top 5 must-do attractions in Hollywood Studios, and it has been an amazing ride. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Lots of fun rides on this list. It's been a great time. So if you like this episode, you want to see more of these countdowns, please subscribe to our channel. We're putting them out every single day. So like, subscribe, hit the little notifications thing. And thanks for coming along with us. We will see you tomorrow, and the Noble Way.
It's the easy way.
Bye-bye,
Bye,
y'all.
everyone.